Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health, with 7 locations to serve you better. We have a dedicated staff. And now, here's your host, CEO Vicki Soule.
And good morning. Welcome to Community Conversations. This is Vicki Soule from Treasure Coast Community Health, home of primary care, medical, dental, behavioral health. We try to integrate all of those things to offer you the best service that we possibly can, a coordinated care that we call our primary care home. And we hope that if you are new to the neighborhood, you will consider reaching out to us, because the reality is we provide health care for all people, not just the poor or folks without insurance, although with the new marketplace insurance, we are helping people with that new sign-up that the president has elected for the next 3 months. We do all kinds of different things. So give us a call, 257-8224. We found, since we have expanded, and we're watching others expand, that somehow we need to get more of the word out about some of the great services that we have here in Indian River County. So today I've asked for the Boys and Girls Club folks, Elizabeth and her Director of Operations, Laura, to come and talk to us about the Boys and Girls Club. It is a gem that we're lucky to have in this community, and I'd like them to be able to tell you a little bit more about it. So, Elizabeth, you've been with the Boys and Girls Club for some time now.
Going into my 11th year, Vicki.
Wowzer! So you and I are kind of running neck and neck in terms of making things work.
Yes.
Tell us, how many locations do you have? How did you come to have the 3 locations? And tell us a little bit about the people that come there.
Well, we have 3 locations in the county, one in Vero Beach. That's our largest facility over by the high school. We have a location in Sebastian right behind City Hall. And then we have a new club that we opened in 2010, but we're in our own building now. And that's about 1.5 years old. And that's right beside City Hall.
It's a beautiful building.
It's gorgeous, and the kids are very excited to have that location. And we still can use the city playground and all the fields that are there for soccer and whatnot. But we started in 2000 and have evolved over that time. And through a fabulous board and their fundraising efforts, we've been able to raise the funds to build these standalone sites. And we own all of the buildings. The land is given to us either by the city or the county on an annual lease.
That's awesome. That helps so much,
yes,
as land prices go up, especially.
Definitely.
When I first came here in the early 2000s, I had asked about not a Boys and Girls Club, but a YMCA. And somebody said there was a YMCA far back in the Vero Beach history.
I've heard the same thing. It was where Leisure Square is now, I believe.
But when that vacated, that left a big niche open in terms of after-school care for kids.
Yes, it did. So fortunately, a gentleman named Gordon Anderson saw the need in the community, and so he started with, I think it was at Thompson Elementary at the time, in the school. So that was the birth of the Boys and Girls Clubs in Indian River County. Since then, we've been serving children every year through the after-school and summer program, ages 6 to 18.
Okay.
So, and then we also did some community outreach at one time with something called YVC, the Youth Volunteer Corps, which was through AmeriCorps. We don't do that anymore. We brought our teen program in-house.
So, Laura, tell us a little bit about the programs. As the Director of Operations, I'll bet you're hopping.
We're quite busy, yes. Yes. So really, I mean, the kids arrive right after school. We have a great system worked out with the school district in terms of transportation.
Okay.
So they get there and pretty much immediately go into what we call power hour. So they work on their academics, they get tutoring if they need it, they get assistance from the staff members. Okay. And then after that, depending on the day, they either have, gym or field time, so physical activity, or they might do programs that help them learn, about themselves, about healthy lifestyle choices. We're running a social emotional wellness program at our clubs this year, which I think is quite timely with COVID. So we're trying to help them develop those coping skills.
Yes, very important. And, Elizabeth, we talked about all the changes that COVID has sort of forced on businesses all over. What kind of changes did you feel you had to make to keep things going strong and safely for the Boys and Girls Clubs?
Well, we had to close our doors on March 20th when everything was shutting down in the county. So we used that time to kind of rethink how we could reopen safely. So we followed CDC guidelines very closely. We looked at our facilities to see how much room we had, separate classrooms, and we followed the 1-to-10 ratio suggested by the CDC. So we have arrived at about 225 kids, as opposed to close to 700.
Wow.
In the good old days when we didn't have the restrictions. So we're down by about 60%.
But a lot of the kids weren't going to school during a good portion of the year. They were homeschooling, but then they could still come to the club?
No, it was when the kids returned to school, we wanted the kids who were children of first responders and also who were in the bricks and mortar classroom. Now, that being said, at our Vero location, we were able to help some of the virtual teenagers, and Laura can speak more to that.
Okay. She just gave you an opening.
She
wow,
did.
What a great boss.
Yes. Thanks. Yes, we have just a handful of teens who are attending virtual school. They can either come in person sometimes, or they will actually just reach out virtually, whether it's through Zoom calls or setting up meetings during the day. So a couple of those, but most of our other children at this point, they're all back in school.
Yeah. And the CDC keeps saying it's not as dangerous as we all thought at the beginning. We learn something new every day, every month. Things are evolving.
Yes. And at some point, we hope to be able to lift those restrictions because, as you can imagine, we have quite a waiting list for parents who want a spot for their child. And especially with summer coming up, we're receiving calls every single day asking about the summer.
You do carry a wait list by age or by location? Both?
Both.
Both, yeah.
Yes, because the children do stay in their own age group, in their own grade, I should say.
Okay. Wow. And so that sounds like you have a lot of staff to work with all those different ages.
We do, and that has been a challenge also just in terms of when our staff gets sick and the stressors that it puts on the rest of the club. But we've, I have to say, through Laura's leadership, we have been able to cope well, and the kids have done well. So,
do you take parents or others as volunteers to help supplement, or is that?
Not this year, just because of, the increased risk of potentially exposing someone to COVID. But normally we would. Normally,
whatever normal was, and hope to be.
Right.
Okay. Just wondering, because again, as we see more people saying, if I'm going to be working from home, I'd rather, have the rest of my time in flip-flops and shorts instead of looking outside at -2-degree weather and 6 inches of snow. So we are seeing a lot of people come in. And so that, for them to make plans in the future, it's not totally out of the question.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
So tell us about the kinds of kids that you see coming in. Boys and Girls Club, like the YMCA, is really set up to take children of all ages, all ethnicities, all races. Do you find that you have a fair mix of children that reflects what our county is doing?
I think so. If you look at the demographics of each club, they're all very different. It's very interesting to see. Not all of our children, I would say, are at-risk children, but many are, perhaps close to 80%. Maybe they come from a single-parent household. They're on free and reduced lunch at school.
And so are you able to give them sort of a sliding fee scale discount based on their income and
we offer
family?
Scholarships, 50 and 100% scholarships.
Oh, okay.
But we're very affordable. We are $30 a month for one child, which in the I know. And then it's for a family, 2 children or more, it's just a flat $50. But still, that being said, we still have families in need, and we are more than willing to work with them.
Okay. And willing to accept scholarship donations to help these children that are at risk, I'll bet.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, that's a nice segue to our Angels event, which we cannot have this year, and that usually funds summer camp scholarships. So this year, it's a mail campaign, basically, but we're hoping that we have a good, return rate so that our kids can be scholarship this summer.
So we're going to take a short break. And then we'll come back and we'll talk more about some of the things that you do have going on that may interest others in terms of support and knowledge.
Stop the spread of eviction. If you are a landlord whose tenants are behind in their rent as a result of COVID-19, you may be eligible for rent reimbursement through the HART program. Funds are currently available. Please contact Florida Rural Legal Services at 877-HART-95, and you'll be connected with a pro bono attorney who specializes in housing matters. Avoid the expensive and lengthy eviction proceedings and help keep tenants in their homes. Call 877-432-7895.
Hello, this is Carol Jean Jordan, your tax collector here in Indian River County. All of our offices are scheduling appointments for in-office services, but you can get that little yellow sticker quicker by using our express lane. It's fast, convenient, and free when you pay with an e-check. Renew your registration on our website and select Pick Up at the Tax Collector's Office. Order before 3 p.m. and you can pick up your little yellow sticker on the same day. Order at irctax.com. That's irctax.com.
This is Arturo Alici, chef owner of American Grill. We only use fresh Florida beef.
I love the burgers you have at American Grill, Arturo, but I also love the salads, the pizzas. My dad loves the penny pasta. And one of the things about your burgers is you have camel burger and boar burger and elk burger.
I am exotic. I love exotic stuff. We have 7-night civic entertainment, many more coming.
Great food, crazy chef. American Grill in the South Vero Plaza on US 1 and Oslo.
Hi, I'm Cindy, the proud owner of Cindy's Cleaning Service. I consider it a privilege to be welcomed to people's homes and offices to make them shine. We do it all from ceiling fans to floors, dusting, and windows. With Cindy's Cleaning Service, you get quality cleaning and affordable rates. We are also licensed and insured. Please give us a call and we will give you a free estimate. Cindy's Cleaning Service, 569-9348. At Cindy's Cleaning Service, the Lord is our strength.
Hi, I'm Vicki Soule, CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health. Treasure Coast Community Health has been serving Indian River County for 25 years. How did we get here? It took a commitment to you to provide you with the most affordable, high-quality, integrated network of healthcare available anywhere. It took board-certified doctors and dentists and a dedicated staff to ensure that you receive the best possible care. It took more locations to meet the need, and now TCCH has 7 locations, with the latest one conveniently located down the street from Cleveland Clinic Indian River Hospital. Our services are available to everyone, whether insured or not, and at TCCH, no one gets turned away due to an inability to pay. We rely on donations from generous benefactors to continue our much-needed work. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and almost all insurances. Call us at 772-257-8224 or visit us at tcchinc.org. And welcome back to Community Conversations. This is Vicki Soule from Treasure Coast Community Health, where we provide primary medical, dental, and behavioral health in a very integrated and supportive methodology. So if you're looking for a healthcare provider, don't hesitate to call us at 257-8224. Today I have with me both Laura and Elizabeth from the Boys and Girls Club of Indian River County. Did I just put something on your name that wasn't there?
No.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay. I try for perfection, but every once in a while the brain and the mouth get out of sync. So we've been talking about their programs, 6 to 18-year-olds, 3 different locations. Laura, you started to tell us about programs, and I know that Elizabeth had mentioned that some of your kids are at risk. So how do you integrate your programs to support those kids that are at risk?
Well, a lot of our programs are about teaching life skills. So, as an after-school provider, we're not necessarily just a place where the kids come and hang out, they do things while they're there. We require that our kids participate in these programs to learn those specific after those skills.
Okay.
So whether it's making healthy decisions when it comes to physical well-being, mental and emotional well-being, we have quite a few community partners who work with us to provide those skills to our members.
Yeah.
So, and then we work with, as a part of those organizations, some of the prevention programs that we do, we teach them about, I mentioned the emotional wellness earlier, but we also teach them about healthy lifestyles, drugs, alcohol, anything like that we might touch on. Just
how to say no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Replacing soda with water.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, we see a lot of our children literally bloom in their teenage years because they don't get the connection between the sugar and soda and
and even
weight.
I was going to say, even beyond that, our programs focus on things like, we have one called Money Matters. So it's teaching our teens, financial skills. So
and what kind? I'm going to drill down a little bit here.
Balancing a checkbook, which a lot of them don't even know what checkbooks are anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Balancing a checkbook. How do you
Is that
create
like an
a budget?
ATM? You just put it in some place?
Right.
Okay.
So there's also, programs developed focusing on kind of their careers and where they potentially want to go after this. We have leadership programs. We have Keystone and Torch Club, which are all about community service and getting out and giving back to the community that gives to them.
So do you help them arrange a volunteer opportunity?
Mm-hmm. We do. Our teens actually, they volunteer once a month. So that's something that we actually require of our teens because they actually don't pay to come to the club. There's a membership fee, but then they come for free. And
From what ages?
From once they're in high school.
Okay.
So ninth grade and up.
Okay.
So they do community service at least once a month, if not more. Our Torch Club, that's for our preteens. So that is all about learning about community service and the value of community and how community can give to you and how they can give back. We also have a wonderful program called Youth of the Year that a lot of people don't know about. And that's all about teaching our teens and preteens. We have a junior version. Public speaking skills, interview skills. They write essays, resumes.
Really?
And yes, and it's a national program too. So if they go far in that, there's tons of opportunities. We had someone a few years ago who actually made it to the national level. She went
fantastic.
they go to the White House, they meet the president. Their college education is basically paid for. There's a lot of opportunities in the programs that we do.
And so are the counselors at school aware of those elements as well, so they can sort of direct some of their kids back to you that way?
I would say some of them are. We've been working on some of those partnerships specifically with the high schools. And I know the guidance counselors there, and we've made them aware of the different opportunities that we have. And so they have definitely directed some kids towards us, especially those that they know need that support.
And here I come back to volunteers. We have so many talented people who relocate here, particularly when they think they're going to retire, even though that just keeps getting pushed back further and further. You can only golf so much, guys, really. And so those opportunities then, could they call you to talk about being able to assist at some point in the future?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and the phone number would be, or the website would be?
Our website is bgcirc.org, and our main phone number is 772-299-7449.
And they would talk to Elizabeth?
Yes, or to Laura,
Or
either one of us.
Okay.
Happy to help.
Okay, because, that is a never-ending opportunity, because different people, even if they teach the same thing, bring different skill sets, different perspectives to that. And I'm just really wowed that you're working so much with teenagers, because, again, we tend to think of the Boys and Girls Club as an after-school program. And once they get to about high school, about ninth grade, the inclination of many parents is, they're responsible. They can be at the house. They can even watch their younger siblings at the house. And having a real program, a diverse program for those teens is phenomenal. And hats off to you guys. So tell us about the things that you help the younger kids with. you have said it's not a babysitting program, and I appreciate that even more now. So help fill in some of the blanks with the younger kids. The literacy services movement says, let's get these kids reading well by third grade. How do you assist them with those skills?
Well, our staff are working with the kids from the moment they get in to the club. They start their afternoon by getting their snack first, which is provided by the school district. So that's one collaboration. Then they will go into Power Hour, which is about 45 minutes of homework assistance.
Okay.
And I think, as a parent, to me, that would be one of the best perks of a Boys and Girls Club is not having to do that homework with my youngster at the end of the day. And that's especially important, for example, in Fellsmere, where our children speak English there, but many of our parents do not. Mm-hmm. So the club director there, Keisha Rainey, she is adamant that the children finish their homework every day before they go home. So I think that one of the wonderful things that we do, one of the things that we do best is providing that mentorship, that support person to make sure that the kids are on the right track. We monitor their grades. That's another collaboration with the school district. We have access to Focus.
Okay.
So we can watch the kids' grades and any
like having a third parent.
It is.
That's wonderful.
I never thought of it that way, but it is. And we want to be there for the children and the families and make sure that they're succeeding.
Well, and that time block is so important. I know by the time I get home, my fifth grader is starting to fizzle out. Behaviorally, he's, there's no way I'm sitting down with him after dinner on top of that to work on it. But when he was younger, he didn't really have homework, but we really had to make an effort to keep up the reading skills, because that's hard work at first. All those phonics and new words and memorization and all of those things in that first and second grade. And he was really, really great about saying, no homework. No homework.
Oh, sure. We get that too. Trust me. We get it.
Third parent.
Yes, we get it. But the kids, they want to succeed. They want to hang out with their counselor, with our staff members. And we're happy that we can provide this service for the kids in the county.
And so I can see where rainy days could extend to maybe a little more homework, but you talked about using the playgrounds and the fields around the clubs. Is that like recess time? Everybody just go out and do what they want?
We actually have an athletics department, really. We have an athletic director and an assistant athletic director, and they develop different games for them to participate in. And we actually have sports seasons right now. We're starting volleyball and soccer again. Soccer is a big one for our kids. So they have some structured outside time or gym time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody's not athletic, they could stay in and read or something like that, or no? It's like everybody's out there.
We want the kids to be out moving around. That's part of our Healthy Habits program. It's what you put into your body as well as, good exercise.
What a great mom system you have. I love it. So if you all are interested in learning more about the Boys and Girls Club of Indian River County, I'm going to send you back to their website. You have a Facebook page as well?
Yes, we do. It is Boys and Girls Clubs of Indian River County, right on Facebook.
Okay. So there's lots of different ways to find out about the good things that are happening, to get on a wait list, and to make plans for future growth of yourself and your children. So thank you so much for what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Vicki.
One last time, your telephone number is
772-299-7449.
Thank you so much for coming. I can't believe this is the first time I've had you on this show. So we'll have to make this a semi-annual event. How's that? And you can give us an update on what's going on and what kinds of opportunities there are for additional growth of adults and children. Okay? Thanks again. And thank you for being with us this early Sunday morning. We appreciate your interest in hearing about your community and about us and the services that we offer at Treasure Coast Community Health. Have a great afternoon and evening as well. Goodbye.